friend of mine just asked me a question. I'm going to just read out the question, then I'll answer them. The question he asked me, I think about 10 minutes ago, is why is Manchester United just going to the market, the transfer market, and just pricing player without making any payments or without being serious? And why are we keeping players like Onana and Jadon Sancho and these players who have not really performed for Manchester United? And what those are the two basic or questions he asked me. So number one, there's what we call PSRO in Premier League, where you have to balance your books when it comes to sales and buying. You can't spend more than you can. For example, you can't buy players of 400 million pounds, and you are unable to even sell 300 million pounds from the players you already have. Okay, that's one of the barrier right now for Manchester United not being able to just go to the market and just start signing up and up. Over the seasons, we've been unable to sell players. I'm not for the last 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, we've not even made sales of a player worth 50 million pounds or 70 million pounds. Okay, so and we'll be buying players of 70 million pounds, 80 million pounds, or euros per se, and we have not been able to balance our books when it comes to making sales. So this PSRO in the Premier League, if you cannot balance your book, you cannot buy players. So this season we only have 140 million pounds to spend if we don't sell. So now, out of that 140 million, we've already spent 60 something million on Cunha. Okay, so we are kind of limited when it comes to signing right now, unless of course we're able to discharge players like Rashford, which is pure profit for the club because it's a academic player. So if you are selling Rashford, for example, 20 million pounds or 30 million pounds, it multiplies by three. If we sell Rashford 30 million pounds, for example, I think the asking price Manchester United is asking for people to come and buy Rashford is 40 million pounds. If we can sell Rashford for 40 million pounds, it means we have 120 million pounds extra to spend. Okay, so that one is kind of a barrier for us because we are unable to sell players. So we're just having just 140 million pounds to buy players. That's why we are just going to the market and a bit shaky because we have not sell these players that we will put on the market. Now, second reason why we are unable to sell these players, their salary. The salary is very huge, and no club will want to come and say, okay, we are buying this player for so amount, and the player current salary is about 300 million pounds. Sorry, 300,000 pounds, 300 and something thousand pounds, 200 and something thousand pounds per week. No club is willing to pay these players that amount. You understand? And these players are unwilling. They are unwilling to reduce their salary. So this is kind of a barrier for Manchester United not being able to offload this player because of the salary that these players are receiving. They don't want to reduce their salary. They are not ready to take a pay cut to go to any club that is coming from them. So that has been a barrier. So those are the two major factors that have been stopping Manchester United from just going into the market and just ask for a player and just pay the money and bring the players because we are limited this season. If we should spend more than the 140 million pounds without making sales, without bringing in income to the club, this PSRO will come for, they will sue us to court and we might even lose points. It has happened to a few clubs. I think Man City is also going through that court process of PSRO suing it to court saying they overspend, not selling enough. It affected, Northern Forest. They lost points last season, if I'm not mistaken. Whether Northern Forest or it also affected Everton. If you can remember last season, they lost about 6 points. It was even more than 6 points. After they went to appeal and everything, so it was reduced to only 6 points. So if we sell, they will be able to buy. I hope this answer your question. This video is especially for Martins.